and welcome to You Are Tuned Into My channel. My name is Misha Lekhuleni for those who don't know me. And for those who do, hello, how you doing? And to all of you, Happy New Year in my messy kitchen as a new mom, trying to get my life together. Welcome back, it's good to have y'all. I've decided to talk to you, do a video because I just felt like I needed to do something for moi while the baby's sleeping. Yes, my baby's sleeping. My little Enzo Gushle, baby Sizwe Lekhuleni is out like a light. So I'm going to use this time to clean the kitchen and talk to y'all. Hopefully you don't mind catching up with me. I'm just literally just talking about New Year, New Me. That's what this video is about. New Year, new me, and what that means for me. If I even know what that means for me at this point, I really don't. I'm literally trying to figure out who in the heavens I am right now, but let's chat. Alrighty, so Happy New Year, 2023. Last time I made a video was 2022, like probably mid 2022 or early 2022. I don't even know, but last year was a whole lot, okay? So last year, Misha got married. Last year, Misha got engaged. No, I got engaged the year before last, 2021. Got married 2022. Fell pregnant 2022. Gave birth 2022. Listen, last year was a lot. I think for any normal, sane human being, last year would have been a lot with everything that I was doing. Or that was happening. I don't think I was effectively doing anything. There was just a lot happening in my life, and as a result it was like very taxing. And in as much as these are like great things that were happening, marriage, pregnant, baby, these are great things, but they are equally as taxing as whatever. But we bless God that we got through the year. It was a beautiful year, don't get me wrong, it was a beautiful year. And I got through it, my husband and I welcomed our beautiful baby on the 30th of December. It was just surreal. Like, I still need to tell that story, but I want to tell that story with my husband because I feel like he's going to have a very cool perspective that I might not have because I was so in deep with the pains of labor, child. But anyway, this is a New Year, New Me video. So 2023 starts, and obviously I'm a new mom. Like, I'm starting the year as a new mother. Never done it before, obviously. And there's a little human depending on me. Like, we said Happy New Year. We did the whole champagne thing with a little 1-day-old in my arms, But I think it was the most beautiful way to start the year. But I'm here to chat facts, chat truth, and be real. When I say New Year, New Me, I don't mean it in the typical way that people say New Year, New Me. Like, I mean in the whole thought of who the heck am I? Who am I? And this might be relatable to new moms or someone who's been a mom, someone who is a mom and has had a child, in the early 4th trimester. The level of I don't know who I am and what I'm doing is so real because everything is just fixated on being mom. Like, my entire brain chemistry is just me momming, So when I say New Year, New Me, I mean it literally, guys, because I genuinely sometimes still struggle with who am I? What do I like? What do I do outside of breastfeeding and taking care of my baby and kissing up all on his face and dressing him and nurturing him? It's weird because I'm not the same person I was last year. I haven't done a lot of things I used to do last year, so I don't know. But it's been crazy. When they say 4th trimester is real, 4th trimester is real, okay? And I'm gonna delve deeper into that in another video. But stepping into this year now as a mom has been interesting because in as much as obviously I've never mommed before, it just felt so natural. It just came to me. But then again, I've been an aunt, like, to many little humans. So at least there was a semblance of, okay, I know what to do, but I've never had a baby like 24/7. I usually just give them back to their moms. But now this one's mine and I have to take care of him and I have to feed him and I have to dress him and bath him and all of these things. And it's been a trip, but it's been the most beautiful one there ever was. When I tell you, I have never been so tired, but at the same time have crazy energy to rock a baby to sleep and feed, but I'm tired, but I can do it. Guys, honestly, this video is literally just a catch up, me ranting about whatever, but child, when am I even starting these dishes? But y'all get what I mean, right? It's such a crazy time. It's such a crazy time, but the most beautiful time. So my little baby boy is a month now. He's a month old, and I feel like time has just flown because, again, I've just been fixated on being a mom. But now let's be real, you're not just a mom, you're also a wife. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. So there's three things. There's me as an individual who right now, I feel like I don't know who that is. I feel like motherhood encapsulates me right now to where my individuality, I don't really have at this point in time, because I went to go do my hair. Like the one time I was like, you know what? I want to feel like a brand new me. I went to go dye my hair, I got cut. And it was just to embrace this new season, because I've always wanted to dye my hair, but I've always been scared to dye my hair. But after pushing out a baby from my Gucci, okay, yes, I called it a Gucci. From that, I feel like I can do anything, because I went through the most painful, but the most beautiful situation and came out on top. So I feel like I can do anything. So I was like, let me dye my hair. I was gonna cut it, but I was like, that's a bit too extreme. So I just dyed it. So yeah, right? So it's like a way of me trying to find myself, I suppose, and who I am now and what it means to be Misha the mom, and what does my life look like, because it's not the same. I can't just get up and go out. Like, I have to think hours in advance to bath the baby, feed the baby, make sure he sleeps when we get into the car seat, that he's knocked out until I get to where I need to go. You know, I went out once or twice, a couple of times, 3 times, I don't know. But it was all just so different, and the anxiety going out with the baby. The anxiety, because I'm like, please don't cry, please don't get like gassy and windy and cry like a crazy human here. Wait till we get home. And I'm just like, but he's a little baby, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's just responding to his body. And it's just a lot. And I still haven't started the dishes. Let me come back to this. Okay, so I started on the dishes, as you can see. I just needed to get a start, otherwise I was never gonna start. But anyway, so I was still talking about, you know, the whole situation of being mom, self. So I said there's individual, there's wife, and then there's mother, if we're going by order of which came first. Right? So it's just been such an interesting transition, you know, with figuring now out relating to my husband as a mom. It's been so funny and so interesting to watch me, like, because listen, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but like, I'm like in it with the mother stuff. I'm just momming on another level. Okay, I'm a freaking amazing mom, period. Thank you. Period. Yeah. But I've only been able to be an amazing mom, I think, because my husband managed and works hard to create an environment in which I can flourish as a mother. And even when I was pregnant, you know, he created an environment for me to be pregnant and to not stress about things. Like, I had a really chill pregnancy, because I like to believe, because my husband was just very present to me, my needs, my baby's needs, you know, in utero, and all those kinds of stuff. So now, obviously, it's only been a month, and I'm still healing from giving birth and whatever. But just watching husband be patient, and even though he's also as tired, you know, because he's working full time and then comes home, has to be husband, has to be dad as well, and helps around the house, does chores, etc. And just us now figuring out being mom and dad, but also trying to come back to being husband and wife, is just very interesting. Because I'm just always baby, but he's making it a point to be like, hey, I'm still here, don't forget me. Which is, I think, maybe you can tell me in the comments if you're married and, you know, you have a baby and you've had a baby, and, you know, you can tell me how you navigated getting your mind off of the little one long enough to focus on dad. But anyway, I love him. I love my husband. He's the best. But this is just a season. I think my baby's waking up. Okay, he's still fine. But anyway, it's an interesting season, man. Just learning, and watching him also be a dad and learn, and he's so careful. It's so cute how dads are. They're just so tiny, they're so careful around the tiny human. It's beautiful. Anyway, it's been an interesting journey. That's what I'm trying to say. Navigating momhood and then coming back to being a wife. It's been interesting. And obviously it's only been a month, so there's still a lot more to learn. There's still a lot more to do, but this is just me giving you the 411 on like New Year, New Me. I have no idea, absolutely no idea what, I am about this year besides motherhood. And I'm not saying that's all I'm going to do, but right now, that's what it feels like. It feels like everything I am is just to be a mom at this current point. And probably because I'm a first-time mom and it's only been a month, this is why I feel this way. After a couple of months, I might change my mind and be like, okay, back to the grind, back to the hustle. But yeah, this is where I'm at right now. This is what I feel right now. And I'm learning to be okay with it, because I think the first few weeks of being mom, and even towards the end of pregnancy, I just felt like not myself, and I still don't fully feel like myself, because I'm like, what am I even doing with my life? Like, I feel like I'm not being productive. I feel like I'm not doing anything. I feel like life is passing me by. And I think also being on Instagram and watching people do their thing and then feel like I'm missing out on the action has been problematic. That's why I need to take a break, but yeah, it's just been an interesting time of figuring out who I am now as a mom and what interests me. What do I want to do now as a mom? What interests me, and not just what interests me, but what can I do within the scope of being a mom? What is realistic for me to do now that there's a baby in the picture? So yeah, man, it's crazy, guys. When you're about to have kids, please plan ahead, think about it. I'm very fortunate, and I hope that most women or women might not be the case, but that you're fortunate also enough to have a really good support system around you. Like, listen, support is underrated. People make it look like, doing it alone is cool and whatever, but this thing is hard. Being a parent is hard, and having a support system is really, for me, has been amazing. Having people like my parents, my mother-in-law, our fathers and whatever involved and really wanting to see the baby flourish and wanting to do whatever they can to help has been amazing. Having a husband who's present and works really hard to be present, and it's I can't tell you how important that is. So again, please, might be controversial, if you already have a child out of wedlock and you don't have a supportive partner, I pray that your family, your village surrounds you and supports you. But if you're a young woman and you're not yet married, please don't settle to be a baby mama. Like, have your kid with your husband, because there's a reason, I believe, that God ordained sex, marriage, or marriage and then sex and then kids, because there are some gruesome things that you go through as a woman when you give birth and afterwards. And you need the person who says, in sickness and in health, no matter what goes down, I'm here to help you through that, right? I could get graphic, but I won't. But there are things that I never thought I think my husband would do for me, but because I gave birth, now there's a new level, and the level of vulnerability you're gonna go through physically, emotionally, mentally, not just with, okay, I'm just gonna talk about having a baby because that's my recent experience, but even with being married, like, you need to go through that with someone that you completely trust, not a boyfriend that is temporary, a husband, and for men, a wife, right? Because men go through things as well when we're pregnant and when we have kids. They experience the pressure just as much. It's not easy to raise a family. It's not easy to provide for a family. It's not easy, especially in this economy, so they go through their things as well. So being there for each other in whatever way. Let's wrap that up. Support, community. Please don't settle to be a baby mama. It is not, yes, people do it. because I believe maybe they had no choice and they make it work. And I am like, listen, kudos to single moms, because this thing is tough. I can't imagine doing it by myself. But to the women who have done it, kudos to you, greater grace to you. May God bless you in abundance, because this is hard, right? So I'm saying to those who haven't yet crossed that threshold, don't. Because utloswala when you're alone doing this by yourself. Anyway, coming back. It sounds like it's all doom and gloom, but it's really not. It's hard, but it's so beautiful. Having a baby is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. You're gonna make me wanna wake him up. Don't do that. Let me not wake him up. I need to finish doing these dishes. But anyway, yeah, man. 2023, guys. I'm a moeder. Ek is iemand se ma. Ek is iemand se ma. Nyenguma momtu. You understand? Nyenguma ma momtu na. Like someone is gonna look at me and say, "Mommy." Ah! Oh my gosh. But anyway, let me finish cleaning up. But I mean, I think we're all caught up. I didn't even finish doing the dishes because I've just been talking the whole time. But I'm still gonna come back and give you guys 3rd trimester, 4th trimester video. I still want to give you guys a birth story with my husband. How do you know I'm a new mom? My nails are trash. I still haven't gone to the nail salon to go do my nails. But whatever. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about, being new parents, our birth story. I have video, but I'm not gonna share it because it's very graphic. And I know other people share their birth stories, and their videos, but I'm not comfortable sharing that. That's for me and my family to see. Me in a pool with blood and placenta and baby, looking all crazy and crying because I'm holding my baby. Oh my gosh. Guys, side note, you can give birth without an epidural. The pain is crazy, but you can handle it. I'm gonna put that out there. I thought I had a really low pain threshold. Everyone thought, because I used to cry when I get my period. I'm just like, I don't like it, it's sore. But I gave birth to a baby with no medical care, with no medical help, with no medicine. I just had my midwife and my husband, and I was squeezing the hell out of his hand, and I gave birth. So it's doable. It's not easy. There's a word. Let me tell you something before I go. Oh. Anyway, you can do hard things. If there's anything that the Holy Spirit ministered to me through this season of being pregnant and giving birth, it was, I can do hard things. We want soft life, we want easy things to happen, that's great. But when you remember that Jesus never promised us an easy life, instead he said, in this life you will face hardship, you will have trouble, but take heart, for I have overcome the world. That, even when I was giving birth, I promise you, I just kept remembering that I can do hard things. It's not going to be easy, it's going to be hard, guaranteed, but I can do it. And I'm doing it with the help of the Holy Spirit. I'm co-laboring with God to bring this child. He's giving me the energy. Listen, I'm still going to talk more about that whole thing, but it's not just about childbirth, about life in general. You can do hard things. You can go through hard things and come out on top. You can experience hardship and come out better for it. Experiencing tough things, experiencing hardship, experiencing pain doesn't have to be the end. It doesn't have to be the end or be all. It can be, okay, this is where I'm at right now, but I know that there's more after this. I know that there's a blessing hidden in the pain. Come on. Listen, sometimes your blessing, your miracle is hidden in a painful situation. And if you try to avoid the painful situation, you won't be able to get your miracle. You won't be able to get your blessing. I couldn't get my baby without going through the pain of giving birth to him. That's my miracle forever now, until I die. That's my baby, that's my blessing, right? But I had to go through the throes and the pains of giving birth, of labor, in order to receive him. And sometimes, more often than not, we're gonna have to go through hard things in order to receive our blessing. Why? Jesus did not give us or say that life is going to be easy. We live in a fallen world and my baby is cooing. I need to go. But we live in a fallen world and hard things, bad things, sore things, painful things, tragic things are going to happen. Stop this thing of, oh, if God is such a loving God, why would he allow? He didn't allow anything. We are the cause of this. We live in a fallen world. So we just need to remember that we go through hard things, anxiety, depression, whatever. But God is there in it with us, and he gives us the strength and the power to see it through, to come out on the other side. I need to go. But it's been real. Thank you guys so much for watching my first video of 2023. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell so you know when I post again. I cannot wait to get into the swing of things and hopefully post more as my baby allows. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a beautiful start to your year, and I pray nothing but just abundance of grace, abundance of joy, abundance of peace, abundance of prosperity over your lives in this new year. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.